What's poppin', people? We're back after what feels like it's been far too long. As always, though, I'm your senior yapologist, Andrew or Elixir.
Hello, it's me. This time I get to go second because we have a different guest today.
Hello, it's me. It's Substitute Tom. Original Tom is away in America, so I'm taking his place today.
You know, after all of that setup, didn't check to make sure those cameras were set up. So good job, everyone. We managed to somehow make it through. But yeah, if we sound different, it's because we're on production 3.0. So, you know, we've made some changes under the hood. If it's bad, let us know and we'll try and scramble and fix it. But yeah, we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube if you want to watch these live. And if you're listening on Spotify and all of that, please make sure to rate us when you get around to this. I know it's been a while. We have just been all very busy with some stuff and hopefully some projects that people will learn about very, very soon. But yeah, we're happy to be back. I feel like it was sorely needed, especially because got some important events coming up and have come and gone as well.
I don't know if I said happy to be alive. I'm enjoying my holiday.
Wow. This guy gets his invite and he's like happy.
Brother, you also have an invite.
Oh, now that you mention it, you know.
we kicked everyone else who doesn't have one.
Inviters only.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to be invited as broadcast talent. Probably, hopefully, please.
Inshallah.
I mean, we've got something behind it now. The Madrid regional. Day 2 is visible if you want to go watch that. Day 1 is gone.
That was official, like Bandai work, right?
Yes, sir. I resubmitted my invoice today because I made an oopsie. Didn't give them an address to pay me. So thanks, my Bandai contact, for pointing out something incredibly obvious. Don't know why that wasn't on my invoice template by default, but yeah. Madrid regional was super, super cool. I got to work with the GOAT. And we only got some effects wrong. The rest of it was pretty smooth sailing. We got to see William get tried for his crimes, hopefully very, very soon. Like daylight robbery, doing so much evil in the world.
I don't know, man.
Those cards are fair and balanced. So.
You see, this August ban list that will for sure, you know, make its announcement anytime soon.
I just need it to be in effect before October.
And now, if you think about it, right? Unification, so we don't have to wait like for an English announcement or like this will go live for English during X day. It's like we just get it, you know. First ban list post unification. That's crazy. Oh wait, actually no, I might be lying. Was the previous ban list also with unification?
I actually don't know. It's time to go take a look.
Any history heads in the chat? Anybody remember? Anybody got good memory?
I feel like we got it before Glasgow regionals, right? It was like the week before.
After.
Or like, oh, it was after. I thought it was like
sure
before. But I thought it was before, and then like we still had that. Or
no,
like
I think my mental would have gone if like.
Because Glasgow was full power purple hybrid, but for some reason I seem to remember it being. Maybe I'm misremembering though.
Glasgow was full power purple hybrid because Jambo was abusing.
Yeah. Jambo went on a terror, like the run of his life.
So yeah, that was post unification, right? What was unification?
We've been playing this game for too long. We can't even remember the good things about it.
Yeah, we're not. But that's why you come here. You don't come here for smart people on a podcast. Some nerds.
But I think like I really need them to. I don't need like a nuclear ban list. I think that's like unreasonable. But I think we need like some. I think like at least like Growl X and
Growl X is gone. Those two are definitely gone.
Growl X and Graph Crush. Like I think if at the bare minimum, like this is like, you know, I'm talking about levels of laziness that amount to like the Greymon, like that battle started, it was just the Greymon X antibody, right? This is like the bare minimum, right? If they're like, yep, we like Sakuya and we like Royal Knights as the top decks, then this is like the minimum requirement. But if they want to do a little bit more, I wouldn't complain. You know, maybe a little yellow scrambled restriction with like Sakuya, or
Yeah, choice restrict would be cool.
I don't know what they would choice restrict it specifically with.
Surely it would just be the plug-in and the scramble, right? So you don't get 8 scrambles.
Oh, no, because then I feel like people are still incentivized to play versions of the deck that don't rely on the plugin. Because the scramble, I think, is like more important than the scramble is more important than the plugin. I can see people still play the scramble, but not the plugin.
Yeah, because the scramble's not contingent on the tamer being in play, right? Like the green plugin requires Rika, but there are like lists of Sakuyamon that do not even run Rena, so don't run the plugin, right?
Yeah, they just play tradings and boosts.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, like theoretically, it would probably be the Tau that like plays the plug. It plays the option. Yeah, 17 Tau. I think that's like.
I agree with like BT17 Tau has been my like choice hit for Sakuya just because it does a lot into like sure they can play the ace, but then playing the Tau ace gives them like a bit of vulnerability to source strip plays, right? And it's introducing new like weaknesses that the deck didn't have before.
I was gonna say, like, what if you also just how many level 7s do you have to choice restrict? Because if the combo ends at 6, how annoying is that deck? Versus if they end on the 2 level 7 floodgates. If you just take all the level 7 floodgates away from it, how annoying is Sakuya?
My issue is like the OTK combos, right? Like they would, if they still wanted to OTK, they would play red plugin, which is like kind of a brick until they have combo, but it does give them like high roll. My issue is like, they have to figure out a way to hit scramble while keeping all the Sakuya pieces intact, because as Seb said in the chat, like 17 towers getting reprinted in LM, and also like they have the starter deck, or the what are they called now? Not
the
starter deck.
Advanced deck set.
Advanced deck set. So like they probably don't want to touch like the actual Sakuya pieces. I think they want to hit like the things around it.
I was gonna say counterpoint. Surely they can hit them because they know they've got new stuff coming. But let's be real, the most broken parts of most of the Sakuya stuff is not the Sakuya stuff. They are just a means to an end to get the broken stuff. So like,
yep,
that deck can only really be fixed by either hitting scrambles and just like you pay for your crimes like TK, and just like an entire color just like gets the green syndrome and just pays for the sins of Sakuya for the rest of the game, or they choice restrict like a bunch of things with the Sakuya line. Just like you can't do this.
It's really tough, right? Like
it's also really hard to know until you know what they want to put instead, as like what's the intended like support for this deck supposed to look like, and what would they hit in order to force you to play that. It's really hard to know until you know what they're actually there.
I think they have to like try to careful line, because there's like you can choice restrict Sakuya and the 7s, for example, but then they're locking themselves out of ever making another level 7 yellow that has to not play into Sakuya's like ability to just climb the line super efficiently, right?
Yeah, that's why like I don't like when people suggest like restricting the 7s, because like the issue, like, okay, right now, yes, the issue is like the Rude Mode and the Volder. Like, yes, obviously those cards are like those cards are being enabled. The issue is like the turn doesn't end when they go into them. It's that they get to keep turn while going into them.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I think either you hit multiple pieces out of the Sakuya deck, because I think like no single piece can be hit to the point that will take the deck from the top spots, because like the deck has replacements that are just like slightly lower quality.
I feel like you definitely have to hit. It has to be a 5 or a 6 that gets choice restricted. Like I'm just thinking from like the perspective of.
Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. I'm so fucking stupid. It's Sakuya X and the Scramble.
What, as a choice restricts?
Yeah.
That
does it.
I mean, it stops the OTK, but it doesn't stop
If they're not decaying, if they're not decaying you, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they can still end on a floodgate, but
yeah, do they not just pivot to more control in that regard? Like,
yeah, but control is fine.
they play blue card so they can cheese their way into that level 7.
Sure. Yeah, but no, but the control, like, if they want to play like Sakuya control, like they're like, that means that like
well,
gonna...
the issue of that then is like the control becomes a bit miserable, right? Because then they just like full on concentrate on Sakuyamon into ruin mode, then you're like constantly under a -5k floodgate.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the 5k passes turn, and it would just kind of like rotate the meta to sort of like yeah, it would punish some of the wide format decks, but like some of the decks that like don't particularly care and just push out a raising and like clear and steal tempo back. It just means that like the deck would then have to rely on its new support for comeback as opposed to just having like scramble to get back into the game. Yeah. I literally said this before, that it was in my head it was Sakuya X and Scramble. Because if you go from either Sakuya, the one that like makes the blocker token, or the DP -1, for the most part, those are passing turn, and the amount of that, like, you're pushing a lot less damage because you don't get the unsuspend and you don't get the token. Sorry, you don't get the token because it's not a rush token. You get the blocker token, but like then Sakuya can't deal 5 damage or 6 damage if they threw in a rookie like beforehand.
Yeah. That's a consideration for sure. I think it's a tough one because there's like so many different things you can hit with Sakuya that in theory make sense, but also in theory don't address all the issues surrounding it. Bit of a unique problem they have to deal with for sure.
Also, there's just too many damn delays in the game. Like,
yeah,
high key, if they just choice restricted some of the like Eden slots, dead ass. If they just did it Eden slots, it's like you get your 4 delays, pick. Okay, maybe like 6, but like you get 6 delay boost option kind of things. Pick what you want. I don't want to run into Mirage on 12 delays. But,
or just like choice restricts. You either have trainings or you have boosts.
Yeah, or like a set number between. Obviously, that's kind of hard to track in a game because it's not like we have open deck lists or anything like that. But it would be obviously a judge call if you're just like, you see the 4th one and like, yo, can I check your crash real quick? Hold on, buddy.
I think that's a difficult one as well. I've like said this in the past. Well, I've said this in relation to hitting all of the training cards because they are belligerent in their own right. Like restricting the amount of delays you can play benefits some decks more than other. Like Royal Knights, for example. Yeah, they don't care. They're just going to play if they're allowed to. They're just going to play an amount of Purge, an amount of Last Guardian, or they'll just continue to play Purge because it's still their best delay option, right? So like, it's a weird one in that regard. Like, it's a good idea. I think in a meta game or format where there weren't decks that didn't use the delays, I think that'd be a great idea.
What is this in regards to?
The idea of like having like the base format game have Eden slots for your delay options rather than just being able to like 4 boosts for training.
I think they could definitely like make an update to the rule set where they could be like, you can only have one copy of each delay on the board. Like, you can't have like multiple like purges, or you can't have multiple thingies. Like, you'd be like, you could have like 1 boost stacked, 1 training stacked, 1 scramble stacked.
It'd be cool, but you run into the risk. It would have to say that it's fine if it pops out of security. Like, it's like an additional rule things like you cannot play this if you have an active delay, because like
no, they could still do it so that you can still do the search and then just like trashes the current one and places this new one.
So if one like pops out as like I've played blue memory boost, my opponent checked the blue memory boost, the first one just evaporates.
Yeah.
That's kind of heat. It basically turns off security options for some decks. That's
I mean, there's no reason why like I chip my opponent's security and I get 2 free memory.
That's the funniest thing is you're gonna start really seeing which colors are most represented in the like 2-color memory boost. Like that. Oh, I can only have 1 blue memory boost. Well, I'm on navy. I'm on howling. I'm on on everything.
That would actually be kind of funny. I would rather Like,
Oh, surely purple just becomes the best, like mist, glaive, and purple memory boost.
And then they get
They're like-
magenta. and
yeah,
amber.
they're. Oh my god, yeah, purple. What?
Great.
We don't. Yeah, we're not doing.
but
this.
but the issue, I suppose. But then it's like, no, that's tough.
Actually, the idea of running like one of each of the different boosts and just like giga trolling, like imagine topping with that and you just see one of, and then you realize
So
they're
these
just
are all my
messing with you.
boosts.
Yeah, think about it. Think about how cool it is because, like, then Ajito will do his like necklace review and he'll be like, they didn't bot deck their tamers.
Oh, it makes me sad, but it does make me giggle every time I see it. Like seeing like a deck that got second, he's like, "Why have you done this?" And like, "I have brain poison." I'm like, "Oh, carry on. Congrats on your top, I guess."
At least you were honest.
No, I don't know. I mean, I've said that this game has gotten drastically, maybe not drastically, but definitely a lot worse since like training's coming out. But that's a talking point we've already done. But I think like I think we need like an update to the core rules in some capacity to like slow things down.
Yeah, and as much as I love parabolic junk, I'm trying to get it on the ban list. Have you seen what Infinity did at Oceania this past weekend? I don't think BT22.
It was an EX9 event.
Oh, it was an EX9 event.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I have things to say about the Zeph list.
Okay. Oh no, was it the Zeph list that was
Well,
running? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Tropical Venom.
Yeah.
We can have a look at it.
Yep. Have a look at this.
Who was the name of the player that topped?
This was. Oh, where? Yeah, this one. Oh, their name is just Airdramon. Okay. So shoutouts to Airdramon growing hands and deciding to play the bird.
Because somebody was saying that it was like lost in translation, but I don't know if that's like them or if it's somebody that was on.
They got 9th, I think. Was this the 9th place list? This is 7th, but I'm pretty sure lost in translation.
Wait, what's the actual call? The page call? Is it?
It's lost in translation, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure they got 9th. They jumped out. Okay.
No, hold on. I don't know. Oh yeah. They're just getting lost in translation, Mon. Okay, there we go. They were just getting diffed a little bit by like algorithm searches. Let me check if it was them or if it was somebody else.
Whilst you're looking up, a card that most people probably single time. Yeah, Green's memory nonsense was not just HPD. They also have Tropical Venom, which you get basically. Okay, not quite Palmon. You do actually have to punch them, but yeah.
This is like very epic. How many rounds did they play? It said the record, right? Like their record was like. I need to see. The thing is, like, I'm a stats guy. I like graphs and stats and pie charts. I think because it's this website. Let me check on Eggman events. I think Eggman has the.
He sorts them by record, but yeah. What's
so it was 502, so technically undefeated with 2 draws.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this was lost in translation then.
Yeah.
That was their record.
So like, props to the player. Blah 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 blah. People it's just like people just playing into Zeph make the deck like look good, and then like anytime somebody else I play it, I'm just like, okay, but my opponents fucking know how my deck works, so they're just not gonna play into me. And I feel like Tropical Venom, it enhances more of that, where it's like this card is only good if the opponent plays into you and gives you a Digimon. Like if there's a Digimon on the board, then yeah, the card's gonna go crazy. But if the opponent stays in raising, doesn't interact, and all you do is like, ooh, I have an unaffected Zeph Ace. Ooh.
Dude, could you imagine pushing out Palmon? Like they leave something unsuspended, you push out Palmon and drop.
Oh yeah.
Tropical Venom. Your medieval comes down for what, like nothing, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So like, there's a lot of things. The list is like okay. I think like the Ukomon is like a little bit of pressure in the early game. It's not too offensive. The Palmon's obviously like I've played Palmon a million times. I don't particularly like the Gale split, like 8 Gales and like the one that suspends and gains memory. Sorry, the one that suspends and gains piercing is like okay. But it's like the security one gives you more toolboxing and like gives you better defense. And then like they're not playing the suspend tarot. The 5s look okay in terms of like they're playing the rapid for like giving your stack protection from things beyond
Suspend. So
beyond like Digimon effects, like because the rapid gives you like deletion, bounce protection, things like options can't necessarily like delete you, which is something that like can come up against like more niche matchups like Galacti, for example. The top end is fine. Like the Valder arm is like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like typically, if I'm on Zeph, I don't really want to put something on top of the Zeph because I feel like it loses a lot of value. Like the card has to be unbelievably strong for me to like want to put something on top of it. So like I think like the only scenario that I would want Valder is like if I have something in the back and then I can end the turn by putting Valder on top. But even like the tamer ratios is like it feels like this deck just doesn't have that much recovery beyond like the scrambles, and the deck doesn't draw like a ton of cards inherently. Because you're not playing like the Shoto for the sort of like pseudo scramble, and as a result, like you don't have a way to deal with things that are like unaffected because you don't have that way to like unaffected by Digimon effects. I think like this is fine, and like Oceania is the like it's like the UK of Europe, right? It's like it's the wild region where like anything can top, like Dynamon top. Like yeah, we can be like, oh yeah, you know, props to the Dynamon player. I'm sure that they knew their matchup, blah blah blah. Like part of it is like they just high rolled. Like it's Dynamon. Like this deck is like very one note. I don't know what you want me to say. And it's also like EX9, so I think like
Elizamon technically does the
yeah
portion of the Rush Gilmon. Why? What are you doing there?
It's a reptile, bro. It's a reptile. Drop it for 3. Gain. Sorry, drop it for 4.
Yeah,
If it's for 3 or for 4.
It's a 3 cost.
Okay.
Free play costs.
That's
on the.
I accidentally chipped them and hit a boost and lost the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like Dino. It's like is Dynamon like a secret matter threat? No, it's Oceania. The same way that like random shit tops in Oceania, random shit tops in the UK. Like we're two sides of the same coin. However, Machine though, that's the Infinity Cook, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching the Digidane and Friends ramble that vaguely had these cards on in the background, and at some point they did talk about these cards, and the only one of the new analog, I mean, machine Evo Machine is usually better than Slam Machine, so it's kind of unsurprising that Infinity is kind of just built to not Slam Machine for 7.
Well, he said before that like he doesn't really like the slam builds, like the aggro slam builds. That's not really his cup of tea.
Drawing cards is good. Who could have seen it coming?
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Analog Youth. They put a 3 on the card, but the greatest 2-cost tamer of our modern generation.
I'd like to remind you of BT14 TK.
Yeah, you're
right.
Who's on the ban
list? He is on the ban list now. So Analog Youth soon.
Yeah, Mame
I will say
lawyer. He keeps Analog Youth out of jail all the time.
The coolest thing about this list is that he's on Puppet Ace. He's spreading the good Puppet Ace propaganda. I have my alt arts. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Who has the SP? You have that as well?
Tom had the no. Tom had the SP, and then he sold it to someone, not me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, card is good. It's cool to see 2 Dark Masters in the same deck.
So true. EX10 featuring Apocalypse Ace. We're laughing now, but you know that's going to happen.
20 cards.
It's going to be Apocalypse Ace, and it will cost the same as like, you know, you have to do the 3 Dark Masters for the reduction. He's like, just slam that bitch for 7, 9. It'll be fine.
He'll say something like, it can only be made with all of the aces, and then he doesn't overflow.
Your opponent loses memory when these cards are revealed.
And you get to do all of the effects. So you get to go Puppet Digivolve bottom deck, Metal Sea Digivolve bottom deck, Piedmon shoot knives, and then who's the last jobber? Oh, we don't have machine ace yet.
Thank God. It's for the he's never gonna get ace.
I mean, black aces are usually kind of like
Dramon's pretty good.
The thing is, like, they haven't figured out something that isn't Digivolve in the other colors because they have like the Dark Master, like 2 guys. So green and blue have Digivolve. So it's like,
yeah, you do by play cost, but like you still have to do something to that play cost to get you within a reasonable range. Because the day they print I mean, they've already printed like 1 ace. It's like, oh, just delete all lowest play cost. Like the day they're just like, ah, fuck it, I fall off the top rope every single time is gonna be a bad time.
It'll be like Def X Ace, D-Digivolve, like D-Digivolve want everything, and then do the same. It's like kill everything level 4 or lower.
I will say though that like no matter what, thank you Rusty for keeping the metagame as it should be instead of the fiesta that can be our regions, and good old Growloop won the event.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that deck. I don't want to elaborate because I don't want to inspire any lost souls who are like, oh man, maybe I'll build this deck before it gets hit.
Crap. I guess we should talk about Trevor You the Goat though.
Ugh. Only like people like Jambo get excited about Omnimon these days.
Yeah, like, but if you grew up after Vietnam, like, really cool.
Oh, true.
Really cool deck. Like, oh, that's that guy from the V pair. He's the little slug. He's good. That's so cool.
That's so cool. It's like the Ewoks in Star Wars. Were you born pre or post Ewok?
I really do like this list though because the singular Torn Etamon makes no sense. Like,
you only need 1, bro.
That should be like 3 at least.
You say you only need 1.
Taunt. You only need 1. If you're doing the taunt back to back, it's a losing game. If you do it 1 time, you win the game.
I guess like you just need 1 good turn, but the fact that it's not recurable really, because in terms of protoform targets, obviously Nume X is at 1. And then you would have to beat Monze, Protoform. Yeah, but even, no, yeah, like literally to recur your Etamon, you have to go Nume, Protoform into your 1 of Nume X, make Etamon on top of it, then Blast Evo, and then you can get your Etamon back. Otherwise, 1 and done.
Look, I only need HPD to resolve 1 time to win the game. They only need Etamon 1 time. However, if I had multiple HPDs, like...
Would you rather have 1 HPD or 2 Etamons?
2 HPD. I'd rather have 2 HPD. How about that?
No, that wasn't an option, I fear.
Different deal. Cut me a different deal, bro.
Trade offer.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see this do stuff. Like for a second, I thought I nearly just exited out of OBS and did my. But we are all good.
Anyway, let's get out of this la region. Let's get to
You don't want to talk about aquatic toolbox?
What?
Mr. Fish Enjoyer?
Wait.
No, this is.
What was this? Was this in TAC?
Yeah, this was TAC. This was.
Oh wait, so. Oh, Galamon C. Okay, that's kind of funny. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna be controversial. I think this pile of cards sucks. I hate it. I hate looking at this pile of cards and got people are like, "Oh, aquatic toolbox. Oh, fish is really good." This is blue X antibody with a blue slop on top of it. This is boring.
I just feel like if I'm going to climb okay, I will say that the vanilla Crabmon is really funny.
Yeah. That's only
that, right?
For a play cost of 2?
Yeah, but you're not like dropping that and then developing Crab X and going up the line off that, sure.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, you can like it's not the like optimal line, but if you get taken off the board, then you have like 20 million resources developed. You can just slump for 2 and then gain it all back by evolving Crab X.
Also, you can slump for 2 and then like evolve Seadramon for 2 on top of it, so you have like a 4 memory rush play.
Yeah, I guess I was also thinking that like slam for 2 and then Crabon X, 3 cool boys go sideways. Prince
Yeah.
3 is
Yep.
wow. That's you
good.
know what, I'm on board. I'm a
My
believer
thing with
now.
this list is like it takes all the things that like Galaxy does and just like does it worse. It's like
It does it more efficiently, but less explosively, I think, is more accurate.
you have to like swing, and it's like, what if I don't want to swing? You know, then my climb is just worse.
Yeah, but you're swinging with Digimon that basically has unbeatable, which is gaining you a memory, and then you're climbing and unsuspending and swinging again, and then you're climbing into Gallant X and burning 1 and unsuspending, and now you're on like an immune body. Like,
Yeah, like
I get where you're coming from. Galaxy does it better, but Galaxy also needs like a coincide tamer setup and some amount of piece. Like it's more piece reliant, I'd say.
sometimes. And sometimes you just high. I think like the high roll is better. Like if you just
The
have
high
like
roll is better. Yeah.
if you just have like Mirage level 4, you just evolve for 4, and then start climbing, and you get like a Mirage on turn 2. That's like pretty broken.
Yeah, but I mean, Mirage is
Yeah.
limited now, right? Yeah, so it's if they high roll you, they high roll you. With this, it's like consistency and like efficiency in their climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
They're
um,
also
really, it's
taking
not it's not Gabumon like the Gabumon package.
Yeah.
It's the newest, like the Blue X antibody engine. We're really in
This is-
the X antibody engine era of the game again.
This is some slop. Let's go look at Madrid, you know, my neighbor country that I love very much, I think.
Yeah.
always
It's
talk about
kinda-
Do we want to start off with the fun decks before we end up in tier 1 hell?
Bring up the Omni deck. Bring up the Omni deck. I know
Yeah.
you are like dying to talk
So
about this
we
Omni
saw
deck.
this for about 13 seconds before they bricked and got flashbang. I think they won 1 game because their opponent kind of bricked back, but yeah, this was really funny.
This might be the shortest set of cards I've ever seen. And like usually a deck profile is like you're scrolling down a little bit just until you see the X. This
No.
fits all on the page.
Yeah,
This is the most streamlined deck I've ever seen.
it is really interesting as well because traditionally like Omnizu, like the Machine Dramon is, you know, incredible, giga banger. I'm honestly really impressed to see as much Piedmon as we did because normally the blue target would be the metal Seedramon. That
Metal,
sees
yeah.
some pretty decent use, but I guess Crest and Blitz are so good that you really don't double up on blue sources, so you can kind of just go over whatever. I was excited to see this deck do a things. What is a very funny card. Eventually time will come for him, but for now, the deck is interesting. Matt and Ty.
It's gonna be.
I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah.
The Tamer setup feels kind of rough. This deck is a 1 action per turn kind of deck, and
Yeah, but the alternative is you win.
Yeah.
Like the thing is like what I like the most about it is that like you get to discount your Zwart per Matt and Ty because like you just play both Crescent and Blitz off of Zwart, and then you just like gain 2 memories. So if you have both 2 Tamers out, you're gaining like 4 memory, which is like pretty crazy.
Yeah. So we're gonna see another choice restrict again, right? Like with this and Ko and Sayo. No, this and it has to be Sardamon, right?
Sayoko.
Is it?
I think that they should just ban
It's
the
the blue
fucking Tamer
one.
at this point. Just ban the Tamer. Just get rid of it.
I don't think they can unless they plan on introducing another way for them to DNA Grayson.
They did.
Apollo and
Apollo Ace.
Yeah, it's on the Apollo Ace.
Yeah, you can do it.
like
it now.
Brother, I am not slamming Apollo Ace for 7 and DNAing.
That prints like 1 million memory anyway.
I don't care. I'm not slamming it for 7.
I
still
care.
have to climb.
I
like the card. The card is good. The card is good, but like, they're not gonna get rid of the card that lets you go start of it. Ignore the loops. Ignore the loops.
No, I can't ignore the loop.
For a second. Ignore the loops for a second.
Okay, you have exactly 1 second.
1 second. Okay. The Sayo and Co gives you an interaction with scrambles. Like start it because it resolves start of opponent's turn. Your opponent has to like resolve scramble first. So they'll go start of turn, I'll play out a body and put stacks to the top of the deck. Okay. start of your turn, I'm going to go into Grace Novamon and shoot your body. So now your scramble is dead. Like that's the intended interaction they want. Realistically, this is their opportunity to errata. Like Bandai needs to errata a card for the first time in history.
Bandai needs to get rid of EX5.
I mean, you're not wrong. The whole set was a mistake, but like the card, if they printed like one more line of text on both of the the red and blue tamers, they'd be balanced. And that's all they really need to do. The problem is they're refusing to like change the card text for the sake of game balance, and that like it's getting to a point now like Yu-Gi-Oh cards have been banned for having like one infinite loop, for example. I can't like name a specific example, but there have been previous examples in the past where it's like, or they've been changed to like stop people from being able to.
Yata's probably
Yatagarasu, Armory Arm I think got changed at one point, or maybe it was Lighter. Like they got changed to accommodate for infinite loops, whereas this blue tamer has had like 5 infinite loops at this point, and the answer has always been to be like choice restricts, whereas they can just change the card text and just have it read play out a Light Fang Nightclaw instead of just anything.
It is really just like refuse to do it because it feels like, well, I mean, Loki, I don't know that fixes the problem, because you remember what we were doing when EX5 came out?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then just don't print another Keenan Cryer, right?
Bro, I mean, the problem is still that
they keep printing tamers that say all turns gain memory. They need to stop doing that.
Yeah, that is the answer.
I was gonna say, like, because Rowdy Rocker, that Loki, like, we've done that with the battery before. So I mean, even if they errata it to just play out Light Fang, Corona under Corona does make the loop possible back again. Is kind of the problem. So I don't know. I feel like Bandai, it's weird because you remember, I don't think it was EX3, but it was like sometime around BT11. They were just like, hey, yeah, we forgot to put vegetation on like 30 cards. So those are all vegetation now.
No. It wasn't brother. It wasn't vegetation. It was aquatic.
No, I swear for green decks as well, they also just they got a bunch.
It was aquatics. It was one.
Only
everything.
Sorry, go on. No, I was gonna say the only green errata I remember is like the Vegemon being like 6K at level 4, but
oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, no. So there was like a big update. We're like, hey, we forgot a bunch of tags on this thing. Trust us.
Yeah,
that's what these are.
It was aquatics.
And I was like, yo, are they gonna Bagra tag my no? And they've just never done it again. They've just gone, nope, everything that's on the card is what it's supposed to be, except all the times that we put the wrong text on the card. But we're never missing text. We just put the wrong text. And it's really weird that they have shown that they have to errata when they mess up, but then also have intentionally gone back and just gone, hey, we've buffed these cards because they're missing these tags. And then they're just like, no, we're not changing cards ever again.
I feel like if they're gonna like any tamer that gains memory, you should not be able to gain memory on the opponent's turn, unless even like Purple Kyrie. I'm like, we could kind of move past Purple Kyrie, and I don't think anybody would care beyond like the butthurt like second plays that are like, when I burn security, you know, it's just like it's not interesting.
I think Terry's gonna want that card to stay a little bit longer. I've seen some early horse lists that are using her as a aggressive memory extender.
Oh, sorry, as an aggressive memory extender. Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah,
go fast.
The problem, is the second play. I mean, the second players haven't been relevant since BT16, though, right? So
yeah. Even Panda said in the chat that like Alter S was also wrong. That was like the funniest thing. Like, whoa, which one is it going to be? Is it also the JP part?
Is your card good or is it broken?
Broken. We love John Digimon.
It's cool when I do it. All right, let's look at like a real region. You know, some of Europe's finest.
So not the UK then.
Yeah. Did Yuxo even make it?
Is
he washed? Bro, he's washed.
Hasn't Yuxo already? I thought he already like got his
like 2 invites.
Yeah. I don't know if he went to Spain or not, though. I don't think he probably went, though. I
I
think
don't think
that's
he
what it
did.
was.
In terms of like players that were like players I recognize, like obviously both of our previous European
Dr.
champions were
Zayas.
there. Dr. Zayas was there.
Oh, Frozen was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Let
He
me.
once again, I've had the pleasure of watching him int lethal and die for it. Second time in a row.
Only way Bro could get a top was playing like the objectively like broken neck. 0 results in the past like ever since like he went to Worlds probably, and then
I think he has his invite as well.
He got his invite at this event.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they both. So they're separated by 3 placings, but both him and Lan finished in round of. I actually don't understand why Lan is 8th and not 9th, because in my head, in single elimination, if you both lose in the same round, you should place 9 to 16, but they didn't. The website we're using is digitalgateopen.com. It's a really great resource for Dex, the European Digimon player that runs the site. He's a really great stats guy. We've used Eggman as well, but specifically for this open. Crediting players is great. So glad that we get to do that. We can look at birds. KFC.
Woo.
Is it the RU version or what? Okay. That's what I like to see. What? Why do you hate fun, bro? Why do you hate fun?
Look, the bird stuff is very cool. The Gilmore stuff is just accepted at this point. When Oriumon is the biggest, pick that card up off the table and go, how do we get here? And then go, yeah, I guess that works. You put it back. That shit is so annoying.
As beast attacks.
No. It's a beast. You can do some real nifty stuff. You know, Digivolve in a color that doesn't need it or like isn't called Greymon, so we take that. A burn ESS. You know, like with Phoenixmon before, there was a point where like you do your tempo turn and you'd like burn one, check one, burn another one, and it was really cool and epic. But then you have to play the rest of the game out, and that just. What if you were playing against like a super cringe deck like Imperial? You don't want to do that. You don't want to play the rest of the game out. No, just end the game. You go play speed. Now you just end the game. Like, sorry, bro, you didn't like. You know, nice Daiken, you died. You got sacked.
I think the thing that does make me laugh though is like they knew what they were doing when they made half of the Biomon stuff for this line. Your turn when a security is removed instead of an on deletion when a security is removed, because they were like, we want you to gain memory 1 time and then you get your on deletion maybe, and this deck they just fixed it because now you just gain the memory no matter what. It's like seeing the on deletion and then on deletion again. I'm like, mistakes were made.
It's so validating, like looking at Phoenix. This card's a super. Me and Trix have said this card's a super rare. We've been saying it for like 2 years now, and it's like, damn, you know, it just took like a better bottom end and a better win condition, but this card is broken.
Yeah, like this and Garuda X just kind of fixed the archetype back in BT16.
Yeah,
and since then, yeah, it's like Phoenix X is like really good, obviously, but my like Garuda X is just insane.
Garuda X is
normal. The starter deck Garuda, because obviously that's become.
I think it's insane. I think it's insane.
It's good. It's really good in this version because it gives you the check to line up everything else. Because then you're dealing 2 checks off of Garuda, 1 burn off of Garuda X, which puts the opponent at 2, which means that it's Alphamon plus Oriumon burn, and then swing for lethal. It takes the right box, being either an alliance CSS or gaining a security. And because it also gains DP if you have different color tamers, it makes your Garuda X pop a little bit bigger.
That second effect is probably like never really relevant because lists have been cutting Sora, unfortunately. And then even in a non-X list, you're only running Sora and other red tamers. My issue, I say issue, like my thing with this card is that if you're missing, like, you do your Phoenix X play and you're missing Oriumon, you can just slam that Garudamon, give it itself sec +1, then just evolve it for 0 into Garuda X and give it rush, and then just have 2 checks. And then if you're playing a Sora list, you use Sora to play out another body and then alliance with it. Like, you just generate 3 damage for nothing.
It's great stuff.
It's insane.
Yeah, deck was very silly. One thing that was really interesting was both Lan and Frozen were on the not Megidramon, like obviously the purple egg that everyone was using. Those two were
Yeah.
both on DP gaining eggs, which was really interesting. What
They
was
were
It's
trying
con-
to.
what live in security?
No,
It's
no, no.
consistency. It's just consistency. Like if you open nothing and hatch purple egg, your boosts are not live.
Well,
They were
That
Frozen
is
was
just
the
still
like,
on the
only reason
purple
we're
egg. That's what was
yeah,
really
for
interesting. We can.
I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, you'll get away with it because the deck is consistent. But the odd game where like
This.
I think it's
what I will say,
oh
Yeah, he was on
Well,
this. Like if he
no,
popped one of his
that
other
Digimon.
Digimon.
straight up PP.
Okay.
I don't care. Very bad. What I will say, it's like there's a reason why my goat Rusty won the regional and Frozen just about topped. Okay, like let's like bro did not understand the vision, and he wanted to like cover for matchups that like, oh yeah, you know, bounce button, and I gotta cover. No, you embrace that like the deck is what it is, because like at this point, like this just feels to me like a worse version of like the other like growl piles that you could play. Like at this point, then why are we on Form Medieval? Just play Megidramon and then just play the Megidramon like stuff, because like it's like still plenty fast, and like you're
I
not
mean,
like
it's because people are adverse to playing Megidramon. So like one person said the worst card in Megidramon is Megidramon. It's like sure, but also
sort of.
it's pushing free damage, right? Like
It's like yeah,
I
you get a medieval with 2 checks, and you get like bounce ball. You get like bounce ball like protection. Wow, that's so cool, bro. You could have just looped and killed the opponent instead.
yeah.
Like, and then you know, then you don't need the protection.
Full Medieval is such a funny inclusion though. Just like the I need winning cards, and I need the winningest card to ever do it. But
It's specifically because of like it's a counter to the growl stuff, right? Because like it like sort of shuts them down.
There was a list where that did not matter, man. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like sort of a counter. It's not like
yeah.
guaranteed.
credit where credit's due though. When me and you were obviously casting the games, because Victory Road was kind enough to invite me, which was pretty sick. And by that I mean Yor has made sure we have, yelling from the rooftops does a lot, but Yor was putting bricks through people's window to make sure people knew who I was. A lot of these games did come down to who developed Medieval first, when it was the Growl Mirror. So like outside of obviously, land flashbang someone in 12 seconds, a lot of these games were like, oh man, I didn't draw it the full line, so here's Medieval. Any response? Your Medieval, interesting. My Medieval. Any response? And that was how some of these games went.
The thing is like that's sort of like yeah, I sort of get it, but like at that point, I think like the first place list is like the best against all of those, because ultimately like Leviamon will just like do a ton of cleanup and like
You watch those games.
or
Levi didn't do anything.
okay, but like
Yeah.
that
He
game
was, he
particularly,
was definitely
sure.
there.
That particular game, sure, but like I'd rather just have like an actual like removal piece as opposed to like a bad floodgate. Like the medieval only looks impressive because the growl is like in the format, right?
Yeah.
Like if the growl X wasn't such a centralizing like piece of the format, the medieval would be like a lot worse, because most decks that like would be able to like kind of push through it. Not only like this deck that's like trying to loop at like at low level, like low level like rush guys for like effective like infinite amount of like damage and stuff, really care about medieval. Like some decks just like don't care, like Sakuyamon, that's crazy, bro. Eat this pause plugin. Whoa.
Yeah, Dr. Zayas narrowly. The top 3 was all very, very close, and also Alberto off camera squeaked his way to 4th because did see. But yeah, Royal Knights was everywhere. The mirrors were very, very long. Very, very long. But yeah, Doffer's list makes me laugh because it's like, it feels like, obviously you get the Growlmon stuff, so, Tom's happy. You get Cerberusmon werewolf mode in the year of our Lord 2025. So Calum comes down from the mountains like, hello, I would like to resolve broken purple cards. And then Titamon is
My goat.
is also there.
How much do you think the signed card went up by because of this?
I would like to think it went nowhere. I would like to genuinely think
Nah,
it went nowhere.
no. Digimon
I
players are...
guarantee you, yeah, people bought that out. Like, oh my god, guys, this list is actually
If you
peak.
were
Okay,
watching
no,
on
never
day
mind,
one
never
and you
mind,
saw
never
it,
mind, never mind.
it's not gone up.
It's £6.
Oh,
Signature,
from
wait,
from from 5.
It spiked at somebody bought a copy for 24, and then
Oh man.
it's actually going down. Like every week, it becomes cheaper.
There's no
Like,
way. Right?
people keep undercutting each other. That you can buy a British Titamon for a crisp €6. You convert that to pounds, that's like £4, bro.
And
Ship-
that's how
and
much, guys.
shipping.
If you want to win a regionals, £6 is all it
That's
costs.
crazy. So you have all of yours, right?
Who's you?
The Titamon enthusiast in chat. You.
I like Titamon Ace. That card's cool.
That card is very. But yeah,
I'm not
that's
touching
really
EX9
funny.
decks though. Sorry. The only thing I need from EX9 is Alter S. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I had my fun with EX9. I went to one Evo Cup with my Winged Guardians deck. I got top 4 and I left. And that's all there's to say about EX9.
What deck did you lose to?
I lost a deck that loses to fish, so it doesn't matter, you know.
You're so right, actually.
Yeah.
This is our
Also a
breaking
fraudulent
notes.
deck.
Breaking news from the German regional. Yeah, this is the deck that won. So machine with a W. Purple base?
Oh, so is it
Oh,
like
The German
oh
regional.
no, purple base. I was gonna say, was it like the 5 purple base ish, but like
It's a slam, is it? Yeah, I mean Supreme Connection.
Oh,
so
it's
a
the
slam
aggro.
base.
It's the aggro build. Yeah.
yeah.
Because you can like use Megadra to attempt to delete your own machine to unsuspend, right?
Yes,
Does it
and
say-
then you like source strip to then do, and then you go Chaosmon, do it again.
Yeah.
Chaos Rex. It's
And you just,
an
like,
OTK
load-
list in disguise.
You keep slotting in the Megadras, like you source strip them and then you put them back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
just have to put them at the
kinda-
bottom and they're always live.
That's gonna be.
Unfortunately, we have televised this, so every machine player in the history of the Digimon community is now going to take this exact 50 to every regionals.
No, what's great is Machine did well enough over the weekend, but in completely different ways. So the machine players will continue to eat each other alive and not decide on a 50 that works. So you will end up on the worst version of this 50. Because someone's going to go, I don't need the extra tech +1 inherit. I want the Metal Greymon that lets me free play a tamer. And then if I do have a tamer, gain back 3 memory. That card has beat my ass several times. The OTK version of like it's really funny that Machine has an OTK variant that's like.
I mean, you know.
Is that Ragnarlord Ace? Like the middle bottom. What ace is that?
Or Gromon.
Oh yeah.
Cyber, and then the cards you expect.
Okay, no, yeah, that checks out.
The
Oh,
Cyber's
right,
actually
so you
really
just
nice though. I really do like the Cyber. It impressed me a lot. Obviously, I love eating it, taking the overflow memory, but you always have a black tamer, so that is a Digivolve that you then get to punch over. Really, pretty sick. Chance for it to play an analog desperately to trigger and play, try and search. So neat list. Cool to see that there are very much wrong ways to play Machine Dramon, but there's more less wrong ways to play Machine Dramon than ever before.
I mean, it's alright, you know. It's alright.
certainly is a machine. This is the type of list that my brother would play.
Oh
and
yeah.
he'd pilot very well. If
I'm
he
just
still
like-
played.
I'm just kind of over machine. It's like it's neat, you know. You guys have assembly. This is great for you guys. I'm just like I'm moving on to
You made your crisp 110 off Alfie or whatever.
90. I was a very good friend. But you know, the lion does not concern himself with the machine parts.
When are you bringing Leopardmon to locals? Because I'm tired of hearing people say that Leopard Ace is bad in Leopard. I can't. It's like Evil Jambo. Beals is good in Beals. I'm tired of hearing Leopard. I'm tired of hearing Leopard is bad in Leopard.
The thing is, if I start talking about fish, that's like the rest of the stream.
Well, I mean,
it is time to talk about BT22, to be fair.
you know?
I mean, we can talk about it. The version of Leopard that I would like to play would probably be like CS Leopard. Because like I would rather like an efficient bottom end that is removal and like free advantage is probably better than like the green vegetation like pile that's been trying to hold together like any functional archetype for the past like 6 months, if not like a year, and I'm just like really bored. Like I think the masses have moved to like Leopard Exa, and like that deck's neat. I enjoy it, but it's like, do I think it has what it takes? Not really. Not really, actually.
But
I'd rather do something else.
What about Lion Ladders? Marcia, what about Lion?
I'm just like.
Is that like Zeta-burn combos?
It's basically the Kuzuha slide, but with Leopard. Because being 7 play costs uniquely makes it playable off of Leopard X. So you, in theory, can Leopard Ace, Leopard X, Leopard Ace, Leopard X, Leopard Ace, Leopard X. It's like a infinitely worse version of Paolu. Infinitely worse.
Yeah. You said it. Cool. It looks pretty cool.
You should do it. You should do it on Jamie's channel.
No. If I'm gonna do on Jamie's channel, I'll just like flex more fish, you know. I'll just like make Jamie look at an interesting blue deck that isn't unsuspend slop.
I don't know. We're kind of getting there.
We're getting there. Yeah. But the way the we unsuspend is cool.
This is true. Yeah. We load a source. We had to pay a cost to unsuspend.
Yeah, there's actual like, you know.
Do we want to then talk about the blue cards that are cool in BT22?
There's a bunch of things that we can cover in BT22.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I guess we can. This is technically we're going into week 1.
Oh, by the way, on VOD Ninja, I can't see your screen.
This
is like
the virtual camera died. How about now?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can see now. This has been going on for the past like half an hour, by the way. I was just kind of like
just vibing.
I was envisioning.
My screen just has a purple guy on it, and then like it is not a purple guy when Andrew starts talking.
Interesting. Well, hopefully it's fine for regular stream.
Mine is like a green guy.
Yeah.
Mine's a green. It's because you're talking. Yeah.
It's because you're the green guy, whereas like I'm not a purple guy, but I talked with purple, so I guess.
Whoa, purple guy?
Recency bias.
Is this the top of 87?
Yeah, I've just been watching the stream for like the past hour.
We've done a 22 set review, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But now, like, we're actually moving the cards around, and people are having fun.
Okay, so let's start with I think the funniest thing that's been happening that I've been watching on Twitter, which is like all the CS players, they're like 5 brews behind. I genuinely don't think anybody knows what the fuck Trixie's up to, because like I'm still watching like, oh yeah, Kuromi, Rice Greymon, oh it's so cool, Alphamon. And I'm like, oh, this looks really good, guys. But because your video got like deleted from the fucking internet, like people don't know, like, you know, like how Galaxy broke? Like I think Trix like sort of broke CS, but nobody knows. So I'm just watching.
We've got one video. It was me versus Imperial.
Oh, sorry. That is true. That is a video.
That was good, but I feel like Liam also breaks. You're like, oh yeah, shame that they low rolled, but really cool to see CS can keep up, and like the actual perfect list is just like the perfect video is just gone.
He didn't break. He chose to play Imperial. That X like fucking doo dog water. Just move on, bro. Like do something else.
He low rolled. He low rolled. Like he didn't.
The whole deck is a low roll.
Yeah. The Soulstrip bot deck is also pretty good. You know, I've like made some amendments. So like the list that I took on Wednesday was like a straight up copy paste from a Twitter list I saw, which was
What
like
do you mean? Excuse me.
by some guy shared it to me. I can't remember his name, but whoever he
Okay.
is, no, Marcio showed me the Marcio showed me the list.
I've been putting in work, going to the depths of that fucking hellhole to find anything that looks like remotely playable. Because like Trick's got a case, and if he doesn't like figure out like a tier 1 CS deck, he might shoot himself. So I've been on like suicide watch. We're like, oh dude, this looks good. Try this, try this, try this.
Yeah, I guess. Here's an Alphamon.
Alphamon 2 checks.
But actually, as it turns out, if you take Alphamon out of the deck, then you don't get to play Oyukin. But what you get instead is something more heinous. Basically, the list that Marcio shared me, that is also like
Andrew,
it's
you're
on
in
Andrew.
is it on the channel or are you in the thread? Oh, you're not. Oh, you are on the thread.
Yeah, I'm in the thread.
You like to keep up with everything. You never want to get flashbang by nobody can keep secrets from you. You are a knower.
Yeah.
It makes no difference. It's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, I can know the truck's about to hit me. I'll be like,
but like
that model of truck used to transport people across the.
But yeah, the pile I'm playing, you caught Alphamon, you caught Karemi, and you instead play some Galaxy pieces and like the new. You play the old Red Tamer, and then you play the new Galaxy pieces. And this way, it allows you to like the Cyber Sleuth like Galaxy 2.0 game plan is really nice, but then
It's
you
so
have this
broken.
It's so broken, but then you have this like the Army Tamer, which lets you like evolve for free. What we were sort of like waiting for whilst the cards were coming out was for Bandai to confirm whether or not you could use 2 in one go. You can't, which is good. That's good. You shouldn't be able to go from level 4 to level 6 in 0 memory.
Yeah, that would
Unless-
be
unless
So here's how we go from level 4 to
Here's how we resolve Ami twice. You like the new Lekis lets you play a Lightfang Nightclaw Tamer that is not the same name as any of the ones on your board. So it's basically another way of saying if you have like 2 or less Tamers, you can play a Tamer. But like this way, it lets you play the red EX5, the blue EX5, and the new Secret Rare Style. But like in this pile, so the idea is that you use your early Gargamons to play out the 2 armies as your Cyber Sleuth Tamers, and then you use the Lekismon to play out the Lightfang Nightclaw Tamers. You regress either the Lekis or the Crest that you evolve into because it's still Lightfang Nightclaw tagged with the Red Tamer to evolve into another like level 5. So in theory, you can go like promote, resolve Pete, evolve into a 4, use the Army Tamer to evolve into a Crescentmon, use the Red Tamer, regress the 5, evolve to another 5, use the second Army, evolve into a 6 for free. And you just like that is how you make a level 4 into a level 6 with 0 memory. Like using 2 armies to turbo into your level 6 is insane. And then on top of that, Sile lets you swing and evolve into a Cyber Sleuth trait from trash. So you just swing with Dynamon and evolve into Omnimon for free memory.
evil.
And then the thing is,
what you can then do, sorry, just like they'll finish that off, is like what I'm going to try next is you can put an Omni X on top of that.
Oh,
so you do your like whatever damage, you do your 2 checks with burn 1, and you just put Omni X over it and do another 2 more damage.
I think the funniest thing about that is like we have like the CS thread, we have a Lightfang Nightclaw thread, and then there's an Omnimon thread. And the Omni X edition is in one of those 3 threads, but it's not in the one it's supposed to be in. It's not in the CS thread. It's in one of those other 2. It's like, oh yeah, I could just put Omni X on top of that. I was like, yeah, that is a winning card.
Yeah.
The main thing that we were like sort of like figuring out, like when Trix came over to ours and we played like a whole afternoon just like testing CS and throwing everything at it, the deck was like, it was good, but it didn't feel unfair. It like lacked unfairness. And like in Digimon, you have to be unfair. The thing that like this deck sort of does is that like it lets you cheat your 3rd Tamer because like the Lekis gives you like it checks for name of like Lightfang Nightclaws, not name number of like Tamers on the board. So you get that 3rd Tamer for free. and because you get to like climb a lot more, your inherits are all like fuel for your Omni. So yeah, you're eventually paying for the Omni, but the Omni's removal, it attacks when digivolving, and it also has decode. So it means that like even if the opponent clears it, unless it's like you digivolve, you get stuff back, which is
Yeah,
like very very nice.
I think like when we were testing, we found that the regular Cyber Sleuth pilot is very good into anything that tries to take it off board via deletion. So like when we was testing into puppets, it like Alphamon is really good at like well, before you even climb into Alphamon, you can go, okay, I have a Kagu to deal with. I'm going to de-digivolve it with Garudamon. Then I'm going to climb for free into I don't know, KBeeDS, for example, and then KBeeDS is going to evolve into Alphamon, and then Alphamon's going to shoot one of those puppets, and then we're going to swing, and Alphamon's going to shoot another puppet, and then KBeeDS going to shoot another puppet, and then you want to suspend, and then all of a sudden you've just cleared like a wide board, and the best that puppet can do is like hit you back, but then you then trigger Kurami to then like unsuspend and evolve. So puppets then have to like back off on their aggro to try and put you in an off turn, and then that in a sense can sometimes hinder you. What we learned from that was that because I wasn't on like Blinding Gray or more copies of Repamon, it was entirely possible for puppets to put you on like a kill clock next turn and deprive you of your Kurami. So that's why we like pivoted to Blinding Gray, Ruin mode to like in theory like promote an Alphamon Slammer Ruin mode, and that is your tempo control. But
Yeah,
it
that was
still
a-
didn't. It still doesn't feel like super unfair. We tested into Fish. Now I'm not sure how good Fish will be post ban list and in this format. I personally think it's very good. Marshall thinks it's very good. I don't know if it's going to be tier 1, maybe tier 2. But what we found was that Cyber Sleuth was very poor into any sort of removal that was non-deletion. So bounce a bot deck, the deck just folds because there's no recursion, and you're instantly put into an off turn facing down a wide board.
This, however,
This list, however,
one of the other things is like, so um, one of the things is like we're going back and forth on the Mirai and the is it Yuko?
Yugo. So Yugo is the yeah. Well, they're both.
Yeah. Yugo's the
Yugo is
The
Yugo
red
is
black
more like
one.
Yuko. Red black is Yuko.
Okay, Yugo. So the thing that we were talking about Yugo is like one of the things that this deck doesn't have is a scramble. So Yugo effectively gives you like a rookie for 1 cost, and because like you print a bunch of memory, you can kind of like play off board. The main thing is that like the Alphamon removal requires you to like attack to get the most out of it. In this version, because you have like a bunch of Source Strip and you have like your level 4s can Digivolve and DP minus and whatnot. And then you also have like the War Greymon and the Metal Garur and the Diana, as well as the Omni. You can like get back on board without attacking and removing, like spreading out your removal or stacking it, which is like what sort of makes this deck like really good. And then like obviously you can hatch and put something in the back. So like you basically get like a turn where you make a stack, remove the opponent's thing, and then if they remove your current thing, you then like do it again. The issue is that like I think the deck can only go like band for band a handful of times because eventually like you run out of like a certain piece, and if it's in security, it's kind of Jover, and you don't really have
like 50 billion. Like if you thought you drew cards in Galaxy way too much, like this one they put a draw inherit instead of a thing. You are natively just like drawing a million cards plus what you get for.
And then the 5 is draw 1, trash 1, which is, and then like the Mirai is pitch 1, draw 2. Yugo is search top 3. There's a lot of card draw in this deck.
But I think like something like this is going to be what makes CS good rather than like the typical like Kurumi Alphamon like routes, in my opinion. And I think like post ban list, this deck gets a bit better too.
I think it depends how good the Oryuken builds are, because unironically, like,
oh sorry, I forgot about the Oryuken variants.
Yeah, like the Oryuken piles are unironically very good at OTKing. Like you can just like bypass any sort of interaction because you'll just kill your opponent. But that does take like it takes setup, and it requires you find Mega Digimon Assembly, which if you search it and don't find it, then you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah, you got to draw the rest of your deck, which I mean is very reasonable to do, but still like it's a lot of extra work because you got unlucky with the in those versions, like because you're not on like the Light Flying Nightcore pieces, you're not searching as part of always like raw.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, for
Like,
the
there's
most
no
part.
level 4 searcher like the Lekis.
No.
No, like Lunamon is a Lightfang Nightclaw searcher, but it's not a Cyber Sleuth searcher, which is like a little unfortunate because it has a similar inherit to the Cyber Sleuth rookies, but is only for Lightfang Nightclaw.
So before me and Trix give people like we teach the masses how to fish and we give people the fish master class. One of the other decks that I've seen like sort of stand out a good chunk is like different variations of Omnimon, and I think like again post banlist this deck looks like it's going to go somewhere. I've seen a lot of people experiment with Mirai in Omni because like you can pitch 1, draw 2, which sets up like your Agumons, like things back from the trash. So eventually like the discard doesn't really matter, and then you can tag out for Nokia, so then that way like you get cheaper Nokias. My issue with those kinds of versions that like rely on the CS pieces is that they the issues that like they are cutting room for Matt Tai, which I think is like one of the best cards in the deck, because like it's super efficient and gives like an attack. So it's like,
I think it's like a trade-off almost, right? Like you're trading off the Matt Ties for an engine that cycles you more pieces without rookie rushing.
Yeah.
And then gets you like the Nokia costing 5 and having no way to cheat it out in like a pure Omni list is maybe a little bit stingy, but like
I love
there is one way to cheat her out.
Well, yeah, there's one way to cheat her out if you're.
I love Adventure goes foolish.
If you love the Island of Adventure, Universal Studios, you should.
The funniest thing about Islet is like Andrew today was like, "Oh wait, I've just seen like the thing." Andrew, would you like to explain what the thing is?
Our good friend from EX9, Alter S, he puts himself as the top card of security, which is funny enough the exact card that you would pick up if you were to play Island of Adventure. So sometimes we've seen in some lists where they're trying to do the full combo, they eventually run out of Alter S's because they put them all in security. But if you know exactly where it is and you have a card that lets you TK it for 2 out of security, you can just do the combo again. So yeah, I've now for the first time seen someone not just use Island of Adventure to cheat out a 5-cost tamer, but also to do 5 damage for 2 memory.
Oh man, I'm missing Alter S. I'm gonna play Island Adventure. I'm just gonna hope I rip it on the top. Oh my god, no way!
No way!
Is this your car?
Island of Adventure is like beyond broken in Omni because it just like does multi-purpose stuff. Like the other thing that I've seen, shoutouts to PXB, is that they were tinkering with like a version that play the Diaboromon egg and then like the black base rookies.
Yeah. Because
then when you play the CS rookies to search or add back pieces, you draw like 2 or 3 cards because like you're like on Ukomons and stuff. I think that was a pretty neat approach to the deck. I don't know how much more stable it is, like the more traditional Omni decks that just kind of adopted the Nokia.
You don't have to go sideways. Like you don't need a security card removed in order to get your draw. And let's be real, you don't evo that much in modern Omni. Like you're not ping-ponging anymore. So realistically, most of your actions are player guy. It turns Miraculous into a 2-cost draw spell.
Yeah.
In addition to getting a free body. So
it's pretty good.
It really impressed me.
My only downside of the Tsunemon is that like it means that you have to commit to playing the black rookies from EX4 as opposed to playing like the BT17 Gabumon that draws one as sort of main, or the Owen Agumon that gets back a reptile, because like reptile means like you can get back a Gabumon, or you can get back like some of the War Greymon pieces, like War Greymon itself because it's reptile, or Dragonkin. So like you lose a little bit of flexibility from playing those rookies because like obviously the thing about the Gabumon is that it's also an end of turn Jogress. But those versions tend to be more for tempo, whereas this version feels like it's more for combo. So I think that's kind of like when you, as a viewer, are building your Omnimon deck, you can kind of gauge like how you want to kind of sculpt your deck. But it does good stuff. Like there's lots of text that like breathe fresh life in fresh air or whatever the saying is. Pump my Omnimon deck full of Joms.
And then you have other CS piles that are not good. Mother Eater gets worse the more I read the text on the card, but it is the best 50 Eosmon deck in the game.
Amazing.
Like, Searcher, obviously you can't do it because none of them can swing. 50 Eosmon does require you to pay 6 to do the combo. You do sometimes open 11 squids in a row and you win that game because you just turn them sideways. If your opponent answers them, brilliant. Your next squid costs less. If it dies in security, brilliant. Your next squid costs less. If it lived, I guess I'm swinging it next turn unless they answer it. So, low key, if you're running Mother Eater, you maybe should just run 50 squid. The other cards are there. They're okay. They put, the text that's missing from some other cards is on these cards. Why does Suedo require you to be at 7 or fewer? Why does this man not just give you an unconditional draw one?
I guess it's like, because it's like with Analog Youth, right? It stops you from just going 2+, but like, I'll be honest with you, like, realistically,
doesn't have a limit, does he?
Analog Youth Analog Youth is if you have 7 or less, you can draw one. Analog Man, maybe? I don't know. I don't read those cards. I've never seen them in my life. I'll deal with those when I read them.
It's just a lot of little things. Like the tamer, like the deck's fine. Like the deck's fine. It did get worse when I read it this morning. You can actually see in the deck profile that's coming out tomorrow, I think, for public. Me reading additional lines of text that were not there when I was resolving the cards the day before. That was fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely probably the worst CS deck.
I would like to.
Yes, never mind. I just remembered
Mr. Jimothy Kenjamin was inside there. There's a
you're right.
There's another pile of.
This does have a win condition of hit you with 11 squid, so it is the second worst CS pile in BT22.
But the Eden format goats. Jimmy Ken is insane. He's terrible. They're all uncommon or worse, but like for Pauper format, these are cards. If you want to win your Pauper formats with ease, get used to slamming Boltmon for 6 memory and winning the game on the spot.
It'll be fun to see that show up at some point. I know whilst you're testing good CS files, it won't be anytime soon, but you're like, I don't know, maybe you grief Jamie's channel with.
If Jamie needs like content, I have 2 Jimmy Canals.
Oh, I didn't realize, but Digimon Meta has like a ton of like lists that people started submitting. Like there's like a bunch of like new format type stuff. Like I was having like a quick browse. There's like Diaboromon lists, like New Age Galaxy lists, some like even like it's like some of the new decks like freaking god damn it, dude. I lost it. The Kyoko Alphamon deck as well.
Okay. Is this the tournament deck?
Just if you go to decks, just like go to and then the first one, there's a handful of stuff there.
Oh yeah, this is all stuff that's doing things. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Unification is sick. It's nice seeing places like New Zealand just on the list instead of it always being Asia stuff. At some point, we'll go back to needing these stats to all be in one place to make my life easier. But if it wasn't obvious from the fact the podcast disappeared for a month, we all been really. But yeah, I mean, I've been really enjoying the set. I mean, obviously, this is going to be technically the first week of locals since the set is out, like not pre-release.
Yeah.
But it feels like I played so much of it already. It's pretty cool.
I think like I deliberately avoided playing beforehand because I knew what I wanted to play going into it. And like one deck is pretty much all deck building and no like it's very linear, but it's all deck building. Whereas like one of the other decks is like super fresh and is not solved at all, which is Fish. And it requires like a lot of like methodical like lines, and it requires like a lot of practice. So I think that's like because I'm on holiday, I can now just like relax and I don't have to try hard. I can just like try to push a concept, which Twitter seems to hate. Oh, not just Twitter, everywhere else. Okay, real fish players know that Sheik from EX6, that card is broken. But I have people telling me that no, it's mid. Shellmon, it's mid. Let's play Rush Seadramon. And I'm just, Tricks talk to the masses. I can't.
I don't know. I feel like they have a point, and like old Ryugamon is like the best level 6 in the game, right?
Old Ryugamon, I'm gonna
Old
throw up.
Ryugamon.
I'm sick.
Yeah. Well, so like one of my favorite terms that I learned when I went around to Yosa testing is like people cannot like murder their darlings, right?
Yes.
It's these old for me it's BT18 Lanamon. And it's like people are like, oh my god, guys, Lanamon's so good. It's easy of. It searches Aqua, or you load a source. It's a hybrid, so you can evolve over a tamer. It bounces level 3s on attack.
It's like they tell you the text on the card, and it's like, yes,
Like,
I can read the text on the card.
This isn't even the one that has like the signature, is it?
That is the one.
That is the one that has the signature, yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
it's
let's
the
get something
Gunnar
straight.
argument. That they're putting all this text to it. It's like I have the pretty old.
I will say that on paper, like I think on paper, Lana is very good. I just don't think that the card is what this deck in specific needs, because the function that it's trying to do, you have other cards that like do it, and then the card becomes like bad redundancy. In my opinion.
You know, I agree with that. I was like explaining to people in like the Digica thread where it's like what the cards do, we already have access to. Like I feel like I always sort of have this opinion about, I don't know if this, I feel like this is like not even Digimon, like just card games 101. For me, it's better to be like drawing cards than just searching cards, unless it's like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can just like pick up your deck and take anything, right? In like Digimon, like you don't have that novelty because of how like the game is structured. You search, you excavate the top amount of cards and hope you find a piece. Whereas drawing cards in theory cycles less, but you're keeping them, so you don't have to search because you're just keeping cards. Lanamon doesn't like compare Lanamon to Promo Shellmon, or let's compare it to Sheikmon, because that's like the beta like we're having here, right? Like Sheikmon is an on-play draw one, like it's just a natural draw one, and then you can play it from sources, you gain one. So yeah, you're not cycling 2 cards more than Lanamon, sure, but you're keeping the card that you draw. Lanamon is a search top 3, and you can either add an Aqua to hand, or you can load onto the source. I don't know about you, Marcio, but I find I've used the loader source like 2 out of 10 times I've played that card.
I think the loader source for Lana is like sort of neat because it means that you are less reliant on the Yao tamer to like load, or like your other like top end to load things. Like being able to load at low end is like okay, but like we have a Shellmon that also does that, right?
We have 2 Shellmons that do that now. We have the new one and the promo Shellmon.
Right.
We
and
have
so what I meant
Marine
is that the new shell can load on anything, whereas promo can only load on itself.
Okay, yeah, in that sense that's fine, but I feel like that's such a redundant like
it's like I
issue.
think what people sort of like misunderstand is that it's not that searching is bad. Searching is obviously very good, but there's a point that, like, only a handful of decks want to have like 8 rookies or like 8 things that search.
Yeah.
Like for example, like in plants, in BT13, it made sense because like you needed your deck to just like you played so many out and you wanted to filter so much because you had a broken card in your deck with HPD. With fish, it's like there's no single broken card that you want to get to filter your deck to stack that thing to the top. More often than not, the things that you're after is like things that you can draw into, like the emblem, like the tamer to play for free, like the scrambles. I think that's like those are like the main ones, because like getting Digimon to your hand is like not difficult. It's just the connecting pieces.
It's all it's like you say, like all the cards that either are not tagged or are not Digimon. Like you can still find the liberator options, but you need Sangomon specifically for that. If you don't
like,
have Sangamon, then you don't fight.
Yeah,
You have to
and
go.
because the Sango, it's like in plants, the redundancy is good because like you only get each search of the rookie per rookie. In fish, you can proc the same Sango multiple times. You can
Yep.
play it out, load it back in, play it out again. So the one card gives you like multiple searches. But the what I will say is that as an inherit, bouncing a 3 is very useful sometimes. But
so like for me, the bouncing the level 3 is for when you have to deal with a floodgate. Like
yeah,
that's the main thing. I think with Liberator Fish, or like this newest version of Liberator Fish, you are not playing out a source until realistically you're reaching Ryugamon and then swinging with the Ryugamon. But by the
yeah,
time you get to the new Ryugamon, which is what people should be playing because the card is insane, you have bot deck to level 5 or lower and stun something. So the chances are you have bot decks the Floodgate, which is better than bouncing it because they don't have access to it again. It's at the bottom of their deck. And then you swing. Because you swing, ideally, you stun a blocker and swing. And like at that point, the only thing you can get hit by is an ace with D-Digivolve and then removal. But then even then you have like a level 5 decoupler, but that's like whatever. The idea then is like you swing the Ryugu, play out another searcher, or play out the Sango searcher and get value that way.
Or like a 4, like any 4 that you've loaded into your stack, right?
At that point, you've dealt with the Floodgate and you're playing bodies out. You don't even need to swing with the Ryugu. You can just go straight into Ariamon and go, okay, here's my 3, 4, and 5, load, bot deck your other piece. Your board is now cleared. I'm 3 bodies wide and I'm going to hit you for 4 damage next turn.
I think the other thing is like people are sort of like, some people are struggling to like understand that like what the new game plan is because like fish source load and play out is like very like obvious. That's like what the deck has sort of done. But the way the deck plays now, that is like a thing that you get to do, not the only thing that you do. And I think like a lot of people are trying to like cover up patches in their game plan by supplementing with like things that play out when like realistically you don't have to constantly play things out because like your first boss monster with Ryugu is much better by itself because like it's early removal, it can play things out, it can stun.
Yeah.
And then your big tempo plays Aria, and that will finish like the rest of your combo. But there's less of a need to constantly play things out. You only really want to start playing things out when it matters. And I think that's like what people are still kind of like a little bit behind on, you know, is like, I have to be playing things out, otherwise my deck is bad. It's like, no, you now have like early control and you can kind of like build time until you get to do like your big pop off.
I mean, if you look at the effects of like the newer pieces, well, specifically the 6 and the 7, I feel like it's not like incorrect to say it kind of plays like Blue Alphamon, right? You're customizing you're customizing your stack, and you're getting effects for like is it Alphamon that gets? Does it BT9 Alphamon that's like when you load the next antibody D-Digivolve?
Yes.
Yeah, so like that's just Ryugamon, but like slightly different. Like
you don't need Digivolve, you bottom deck a 5 and stun a tamer.
Yeah. You don't stun a tamer every time you load. Like,
Sorry, that's the thing, right? It's like you don't stun a tamer every time, but you get to like constantly bottom deck low levels.
Yeah, you can. Your opponent can never like play passively on board because, or like they can, but then they're getting taken off board. So the searcher that they play, sure, it might find them a piece, but then it's getting taken out of the way. Like they can't then develop that into a 4 or a 5 that can be maybe an ace target because you'll just go, okay, swing, yow, load a source, bot deck it.
I think like the other thing is like when people look at fishing extremes, they only look at like the I'll always win or the I'll always lose, and I think a lot of people are like not accounting for like rebuild and like being able to like
the rebuild is so good in like the new Marine Ball. Okay, between new Marine Ball, the new Tamer, and like the BT21 Sangamon, the rebuild is so good in this deck. You don't even need rush. Like
it's one of the nice things about the deck is that like you are allowed to be proactive, make a board. If the opponent cracks it, you then have the follow up.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the new pieces, like the shell having like decode is nice, but a lot of the times like because you can pick up the shell from the trash, toolboxing your shells is like really really nice because you can give yourself the memory or the draw.
When you hit fish, you know in the the Lego games where you just see like all those structures just like oh I've got to build this, like that's what it feels like when you break a fish board. It's like the oh there's a bunch of Lego on the floor and then it's back again just like well shit.
Yeah. My game against Lauren, I didn't get to shove the rebuild damage because I was majority of the game like in control. I will say like something about fish that I'm like not super sure on is like some of the fives I've heard like good arguments for like the Mega Cedra X. I think that card could like potentially be pretty good. Or like the Juan Kun could also be pretty good.
So I will I'll advocate for the Mega CX over the Juan Kun, if only because it means you get to both play Mega C and Mega CX. When I was playing Fish, it was last week. I went against Eaters. You have no way to interact with any of the Eaters until you reach Ariamon, and it becomes a problem because they're all blockers.
Right.
So having access to something that can unblockable is really strong.
Also, like when Digivolving, right? Bottom decking is good.
Yeah, like bottom decking before. Like if you want to like get rid of low end pieces early, play Mega CX or like play Mega C, Mega CX, and then
it's a bit more flexible.
Which Mega C is it that you actually run?
We run the Deep Savers one.
Yeah, Deep Saver EX7, I think. Maybe EX8.
EX8, I think.
EX8.
Because
the unsuspend absorb and then
the thing that card does for you is that it gives you the most amount of damage off of a single evolve. Because like you can evolve for 3, sometimes less, but you can like evolve for 3, unsuspend your Aria, and then when Aria swings and unsuspends, you can then pick this guy up and put it in the source. So then you then get like another unsuspend. You just have to kind of like be smart with your unsuspends, because like some of them are like when attacking and some of them most of them are when attacking, so you just kind of have to like plan it out a little bit ahead. But like the reward that you get is 2 more swings off of a single card, which is like very, 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 very.
Yeah, it's also fun to see people like. I think we have to like.
I don't hate people cooking. I think like people.
Well, no. This is a different point. It was to do with decode.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I think it's nice that like a lot of people are getting into Fish and like trying out the deck and like figuring things out. But sometimes it's like we don't have to play old cards because like it's like new game plan, focus on like the new style of like the deck, like sort of like try to forget a little bit about what the deck used to do, just understand like how the deck wants to play.
Yeah.
As we're saying.
Yeah, I think it's like really fun to see like Fish players be like, we need to like have a discussion with all the Royal Knights players because of like untold damage that they've done because of like loading an ace underneath
that's sick.
And I'd be like, yeah, I don't overflow, and people will be like, oh, it's because it's because tucking under a Digimon isn't leaving the field, right? No, decode triggers when anything happens to your fish that is not battle, and that includes self-inflicted harm. If when you load a sword, when you load a Digimon underneath another Digimon, that is leaving the field. Decode triggers if a Digimon is loaded underneath another Digimon, which means if you have an unsuspended inherit like Mega C, the Mega C Deep Savers, or even like Ariamon, for example, if you absorb a Marine Bullmon with a level 4 underneath it, the level 4 spits out because it's leaving the field. And it's fun to watch people like go, you can do that? Oh my god, I've been playing Fish so wrong all this time.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, right? Is that like people didn't clock that like the deck wants to abuse its own keyword now. Because like I've heard like when I was reading through messages and trying to catch up on like the theory for the deck, because like I don't I'm not like a master cook. I've always said that I refine like lists.
Sous chef.
Yeah, I'm a sous chef. I take like an existing list and I make it better. I don't cook from like the beginning. Like I'm very bad at like coming up with something from scratch.
I'm kind of similar in that regard. Yeah, I'll get given a list like the puppet list or the Deep Savers list. They weren't mine. They were like someone like posted it or like you found it, for example, and be like, oh, okay, we'll try this out, and then we refine it from there, right?
But like people were like, oh, my boards were like small, and then when they watched the video of me like triggering decode and keeping board and like capitalizing on like what was there to like evolve on top to like generate like infinite value, people were like, oh, it clicks now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really interesting because like I feel like I'm pretty early in a lot of cooking processes for deck.
Yeah, you are
But-
definitely like
Yeah,
you go get the ingredients yourself.
The problem is I sometimes just need to see a video. I need the cooking mama tutorial on like what do I do with the leek? Like what like I bought the leek. I understand I need the leek. But what's the leek for? And I just need to see some of the cards move around, and then I can immediately start cooking and start going out for lists and then getting them to you guys to get stuff back. But like I really struggle to visualize cards sometimes. Like I could not for the life of me understand how Eaters was supposed to play, how I think Grace Nova is probably the only exception where I fully understood that off rip, but I think that's also because I had Trix and Tom explain it like 8 times because it was not going in. And then on
that happens to me.
I just can't, like, I'll read text and go, this seems broken, and I cannot visualize how these cards are supposed to work in their engine at all. And then I'll see some, even if someone resolves them incorrectly, just seeing the cards move, it clicks. I'm like, I understand the ingredients. I suddenly can read the instructions on the box. Let's go make a cake.
We also we took proxies to Galaxy like very early on.
Yeah.
Right, where we were playing that from like the moment all the cards were revealed.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. It's like I only do well at Digimon because there's like a lot of games that you guys don't see. It takes me like sometimes like 300 games to get to like a good spot. Like games like 0 to like 5, I'm the worst player. I nerf my cards. It's just the worst, dude.
It's really funny to watch you play anything other than plant, and you're like birds and fish. You are drunk driving sometimes.
Yeah, but it's nice to see like people in the chat. Like, there's a lot of people that like resonate with the sentiment of like that like gotcha moment of like, oh, I get it now.
And I think it's even more common now that we're not like before.
You
had at least like
Z11. He gets a fish vision.
Yeah, like a lot of people also relied on Japan not just for deck building but also to see the cards move. And now that we're obviously all caught up, it's like not every channel does proxy testing, so a lot of resources basically like, oh, now you figure out how the deck works in week 1 and week 2 as opposed to week -2 and 3. Which I think is I think the game's been really fun unification. Just kind of seeing what everyone's 100%. Doing.
I think like the decks are post unification. I think decks are more interesting. The decks that are sort of like good right now are still like the super belligerent decks. I usually it's like, oh yeah, the next ban list, the next ban list, the next ban list. But genuinely, post ban list, like you get rid of Royal Knights, you get rid of Suku, you get rid of the Growl Loops. A lot of the decks that sort of like stay around the sort of like tier below type of decks, they're not like, I don't find them like that oppressive, and it lets like the decks that are coming out now sort of like do a lot better.
I think part of it as well, like some of the BT16, I think was a very like polarizing set because you had some decks that were like, oh yeah, these decks are good, these decks are good, and then you had Magna and Imperial, right? Those are like like two tiers above what the
everything
power
else
should have been. Everything else, and then like it feels like things are starting to come more in line with what like obviously Magna X isn't a thing anymore because like I say not a thing anymore, but like it's not as what it used to be. Because there's more counters to like just low on Magna X. There's more counters to Imperial now because you can like Ryugu can stun Tamers, Dynamon can source drift and bot deck. Like there's more ways to counteract it. I agree with what you're saying. Like one like good ban list, I think we have a very, very interesting diverse meta on our hands.
They just need to do a little bit of cleanup, just like a little bit of cleanup. Like we left the cringe meta with like the Fenriers and the cringe hybrids. Just clean those like few cards up, you know, just like, and so far a lot of the stuff that they're releasing I think it's interesting, and I think there's like lots of different playstyles, and I think like the games are more dynamic. Nothing has like a ridiculous kill clock beyond like Sakuya, right? Or like I would say like Sakuya or the Growl decks. Maybe like the hero deck is like a little bit belligerent, but like that's like a premier red deck. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I feel like that like Medusa is like kind of another example there, but it's like
It never OTKs you. It just
yeah, it'll full clear your security, but then you have a turn to do something about it, and then if you do, you win. If you don't, then you lose, right?
Yep. Because I think the hero deck has a ton of potential.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's
win, right?
Yeah, it has a win, but that's a deck that kind of gets to exist here and there. And most people don't want to put in the effort to getting 3 Gaiamon because it's a secret rare from a whatever set. But there's so many decks that are just on the cusp of being really interesting. Wait, since when did the Bado get
same regional
top 16?
Bordeaux. It got it was the same.
Bear in mind this was 50 players, 50
yeah,
Oh,
players.
right. Okay.
It's still
very cool. The list was very
cool.
Okay, good. I was for a second. I was like, let me get the hero list, and I was like, Bado?
Yeah, you know what's even funnier about it? He.
Yeah. I knew about Jedi. See again, Puppet Ace. Buy Puppet Aces, guy. But the card is really good. If you're playing a green or black deck, just buy some Puppet Aces. You'd be surprised. The card's really, really good. Even get yourself some nice cheap alt arts. Okay, Market Watch Marcio has your back. You get Koki alt art as well.
Yeah, Abado's doing really well. I think the deck's very belligerent. Breath of the Gods cute deck in this. I liked it.
It didn't get anything in the new set, right? It just got better. Well, technically, you have Rie, right? The Lore Knight Tamer, and then you have some Parabolic Junks, and then you can pop your guy and Parabolic Junk, make Lord Knight, and then whoa!
Yeah, make Lord Knight. Sure, yeah, we could do that.
It just plays black or red play cost 4s, right?
Oh, please don't say level. Don't say play cost. Please tell me it's level. Please.
I think it's play.
No, it's play cost.
No, never mind. Your guy's 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. Well, wait.
There's a reason this card is bad. You can play Soundbird.
Oh, that's never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, you can play Soundbird and Tie exactly.
I guess it plays Tamers. Sure.
It's
all my excitement just vanished.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card is not good. Every time you keep Parabolic Junk in Rie.
No. But this is the only way Black has to self-delete, okay?
Yeah, there's gotta be something there where it's self-delete Parabolic Junk, Analog Youth.
There has to be something there. The deck just isn't out yet.
Analog Youth resolving and getting to do 2 Negamon in 1 turn feels incredible, but that shit does not happen very often at all.
Damn.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
I will say
happy about this.
You know what? A deck that is kind of sick, and I think it's exactly what I'm talking about. If the ban list just goes away, ban list shows up, we clean up, and then this deck gets to be kind of cool, a cool, interesting black control deck. Diaboromon, the deck is kind of fucked up. I'm just saying. Have you guys read what is it? BT17 Caramon? That card's a problem, guys.
I had to play against that. That's kind of miserable. It's the fact that it now has
good things to go into, right?
Good things to go into. The thing that really annoyed me when I this is what I thought I should just read all the cards, right? Why does the level 5 just completely counter Cyber Sleuth? It prevents itself from DP Shrink, and bounce. All of my good removal, non-deletion removal, and it just completely counters it. It's insane.
A cool black control deck. I'm just saying, Diaboromon. Guys, get your Diaboromon cards while they're nice and cheap. Because that deck would be pretty
EX6
good.
is not EX6 is 10 quid a pop.
No shot. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jumbo,
we had this conversation earlier when I was talking about my poverty Diaboro because I updated it for the first time since
I'll just steal Harry's. I'll just flashbang him.
He's not here right now, He's too busy winning Gen Con with puppets. We've not talked about how have we not talked about puppets?
Oh, shit, yeah, puppets, duh.
Guys, we say this to last because I want to make a statement. I think puppets is after post ban list. I think puppets is the best deck in the format.
Whoa! Look at this guy. That's crazy. I mean,
I think it has too much good support to not be right. Between EX9 support, Kagyu is insane, Karakuru is insane, Nyaboots is insane. The emblem and the new tamer are all the new egg as well for talking pure Sendra, not talking my piles. My piles are cringe and don't. They do work, but they shouldn't. but like between all of the new support and like the Namakemon tech to just like play around Digivolve,
Cringe.
I think that deck is too good. Personally,
I think it's like. I think the deck is okay. I think what the deck does is
just okay.
sorry, not okay. I think the deck is very good, but what
Okay.
it does is if it's a centralizing deck, it rotates the meta because of its existence. That it
Yeah.
brings in things that have like lots of low level bounce bot deck into the format because those decks can kind of maneuver around Kaguya. So like Fish, for example, gets to be good into Kaguya because you have like low level bounce
Yeah.
bot deck. You can kind of like move around it.
Full
And
Force
like
has a bunch of low level remove.
yes, right. Like it would be kind of cool if we had a mid range kind of like fighting for board, you know, tempo-y, like all force that wasn't a cringe pile that was just like, you know, swing and suspend, swing and suspend, swing and suspend. The ideal Jambo all force deck.
Oh, Jumbo's been saying like the ace is better than the BT11. To be fair to him,
And he's right.
he is right.
But we're not. But a lot of people are not ready for that conversation. It's because, you know, ace is overfloated.
True, overflow bad. Why would I don't like giving my opponent memory.
No.
Anyway, here's a non-once per turn bounce. Sorry, that's
Or
a
table
bot
play.
deck.
Yeah,
I thought
Sorry,
it was
bot deck.
bounce. That's bot deck.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
even the 4 and 5 bot decking now. It's awful. It's
How are we
awful.
still having this conversation that 11 is better?
Well,
It's
because
non-once per
11
turn
is-
bot deck.
Yeah, but it doesn't overflow, dude.
You're right. My bad.
Do remember, at the end of the day, overflow has done irreparable damage to the Digimon
My brain.
community.
You're right.
Well, your brain too. Are there any other decks that you want to cover, Andrew?
I don't think so. If anything does come up, sure, we'll just randomly flashbang or stream the Boko. It's been a while. We've got a bunch of new champions, so I appreciate everyone that has joined the members. For everyone that enjoyed the podcast, and we're back and hopefully slightly more regular. We might not be doing next week because Tom will still be at Gen Con, or maybe we will. Yeah, make sure to like the VOD or wherever you'll end up watching it to do that. If you're watching on Twitch and you have access to Amazon Prime, you might have a Twitch Prime that's burning a hole in your pocket. It refreshes for free every month. That's support the channel, turns the overlay blue for like a couple of seconds. But yeah, for champions, we're going to be recording something offline after this. Maybe 2 bonus contents because we have been slacking. Marcio will be there in at least one of them.
Oh, you got me for one of them.
Okay, we've got Marcio in 1 bonus content. If we get a second one, great. We're going to try and change up our bonus content formula to try and maybe do during the week or something so we can get more of the 4 champions because there's plenty of you and we want to give you guys more support, more content that you're paying for. But yeah, thanks Tom for coming in. It's a pleasure to have you as always. Where can people find you now that you sometimes make YouTube content and go live on stream?
So I'm on. Well, yeah, I'm on YouTube.
I'm on Digica.
I'm on Digica. Yeah, I'm always beefing on Digica. You will not let me find me like arguing. You keep mentioning Rusty. I've had like arguments with him. He's like,
nah, he's the go. What the hell, man?
He's like too cocksure of himself, but like.
No, but he's like
he's
like
earned it. He's earned it. He's
exactly.
Like, okay. You can find me on YouTube. I do. I'm trying to get back into speedrunning wacky races again. You can see Muttley up there. My 1 of 10 golden Muttley trophies. Yeah, there's me. There's my channel. I'm contemplating trying to do more Digica content, but I also don't want to take away from Andrew's channel. But
Ain't
maybe
nobody taken away from me. What do you mean?
You're right. Actually, you're fine.
You should do the fish masterclass, me and you.
The fish master. You know, that's a great idea. Actually, we should do that. Joint a YouTube channel video.
We need you to get like a full sushi board to do the whole thing, like the full get up and everything.
So
it's a Jamie masterclass.
Jamie has been like suggesting we go on like a fishing trip and we do the profile on a fishing boat.
That shit is capsizing the moment you go live. You're gonna go, and here's this card. Someone's gonna get a little bit like, ooh, and then.
I'm trying to like, yeah, we could do that. We'll talk to Tom about it. I'm not putting those cards anywhere near water. If they go in the water, I'm Jamie's going in straight after them.
You pulled enough
But yeah,
Ariete to be able to rebuild the entire deck, right?
Yeah, but in min rarity, scrubby min rarity.
So he takes the min rarity one on the bow and then capsizes the bow at the end of the video for engagement.
He takes my min rarity version.
Yeah, we'll do that instead. I am also sometimes streaming on Twitch. It's Tommy_Tricks. I don't think On the Sticks would fit on there, but I can't imagine two people having my name, right? No one's like out there appropriating my name. Is this me? There I am. I'm offline, but I'm actually online on this channel.
Great.
I don't have a schedule. I very impromptu, like streams. Maybe I'll get back at. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. Who knows? There's so many skips being found for the game at the moment. This one Brazilian runner has just been breaking the game wide open. So I'm kind of waiting for him to like finish breaking the game, so I can go like, okay, what do I need to do to make sure my record is just like uncatchable at this point? Because I'm sick of getting a record and then like, yeah, I got my record back, guys. I'm really cool. And then like days later, it's just like, oh, someone's beat it. Miserable. But that's where you can find me. And on Digicur chat. If you say something like slightly like belligerent on one of my many threads that I'm on, that's the best way to get me to talk to you. Or just send me a DM. I'd be responding to anybody. Like I bet people DMing me be like, "Hey, what's your opinion on this fish card? There's like fish good or blah blah." And I'm just like, oh, yeah, fish are pretty good this format. You should play it.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be us for episode 50. We've nearly done 52 episodes. I think the 52 episode is supposed to be some sort of big recap. Probably won't be. Keep your calendars open for October.
Whoa, October?
Yeah. If you
October.
like Digimon and you're in general Europe and have some time on the second weekend of October, you should come to Manchester. When the missing person from the podcast is back, we should have all the details in, and we will make a lot of noise. The case tournament is moving ahead. Not quite September like we wanted. Stuff happened. You know how it be. Trying to run events. Stuff clashes. Magic the Gathering is a pain in my fucking ass. Yeah, we're doing the case tournament in October now. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. We're going to try and stream it as best we can. And if you're a member, you'll get extra goodies in addition to showing up. It will be EX10. So if there's a Chase Bagra and you pull it from your entry packs, remember I put on this awesome tournament for you, and I'm gonna spend a lot of money on a case and get none of it. So like, help your favorite streamer out if you pull cool cards and you show up to the event. But that's all for episode 50. Remember to rate us on everything that you could rate us on, and if we see you next week, something went really well. If we see you in 2 weeks, we'll probably see you in 2 weeks. But yeah, we're going to try and be back to being more consistent. And the bit that everyone usually waits for, I bet people have missed it. It's been a month since the last one.
And I get to say it.
You know what? I realized with this new setup that you guys don't have desktop audio. One sec. How about now?
Baba booey.